Hey, hey, hey. I'm back. I'm going to get you pulled up so I can see your comments. So come on in and say hey. Let me know you're here. What's up, what's up? Did you miss me? Hello, hello. I got me something to eat, so I'm feeling better. Everything looks like it's working. That's the way I like it. I'm back. So we're going to make a Sara flower. Hey, hey. So I made this one earlier if you missed it. This one is using the just the basic sunflower fold that I've showed y'all hundreds of times. But I will do it one more time. But we're going to be using a different fold on the one we're making today. So this is the Dean Michael fold. So a little bit different. So we're going to get this one done. Hello, hello. So let's put this one back down. We are using the large flower board. And I have gone ahead and I've loaded every set of holes. I will show y'all how to load the rest once we get to the middle to do that rows, okay? So when you first set up your boards, if you're going to try this, just set up the basic holes, and then I'll show you once we get all of these filled how to go in and fill in the rest of them, okay? So I am using pink with the pink check mesh. So you're going to need a whole roll of, this is poly burlap that I heat sealed. I did use my wood burner on it. So you're going to need a whole roll of this cut up. And then you're going to need 8 to 10 pieces of this window pane, depending on how you want to use it. So I use just the plain burlap, poly burlap on the outside. Then I go to the next one, and this row gets the poly or the window pane. And then we go with the solid again, and then we start building our rows out right in the middle. Okay, hey, hey, hey. So you're going to need a whole roll of your plain, and then if you want to add some of your window pane inside the rows like I did here, then you need 2 or 3 extra pieces. Okay, so I will bring y'all down. Hey, hey, hey. Do you ship to the UK? I do ship to the UK, but it's expensive. I'm not even going to lie to you. Okay, so I'm going to bring y'all down. Let's see how that works. See where we're at. What's up, what's up? I get most of my poly burlap wholesale, but you can try Craft Outlet. You can try Ranch House. You can try Deco Exchange, Waterman's Loft, all of those. I don't, Sherry, sorry. So if y'all could all float my boat, I would appreciate it. And we will get started. So if you haven't seen the oh no, that's cool, Laura. You will only get, oh, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. If you want to do this one the way I did the purple, all of your pieces are cut 10 by 10. You're gonna curve side down. Hold on, let me get my thoughts back together. I lost it for a second. And then you're literally going to scrunch from one end to the other. Just like that. Flip it up. Bring your petals around. And that is how I did the purple one. Okay, this one we are going to do a little bit different. So this one is called the Dean Michael fold. Hello, hello, everybody coming in. So they are still all cut 10 by 10. What you're going to do is, I always have my serged edge up here on my left-hand side. That way it is consistent throughout the entire flower. Okay? Doesn't matter how you do it, just be consistent. So 10 by 10. We're going to bring this corner to this corner. So just bring it up like that. Get them as close. It doesn't have to be perfect, so we're literally just making a triangle. Okay? Hello. So, and then we're going to scrunch from this end to this end. I do 5 scrunches. Y'all know I'm a counter. That's just how I am. So we're going to scrunch right here because this piece is going to be tucked back behind. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? I'm taking my left hand and I hold it here to help prevent those petals from moving. And then you just tuck these down behind. And then stick them in your board. Or if you're doing all your petals at once, clip them together. And then you're going to go underneath. Okay, you're going to go underneath and bring that petal out. Okay, just like that. So that is the petal we are using. This is a self-healing mat. I believe it is a Fiskars, but I could be lying. I don't know the brand name. Oh, it is a Fiskars self-healing mat. Yes, if your mesh is 10.5, then to ensure that you get a square, cut your mesh at 10.5. Okay, y'all? Thank you. And then we're just going to take them and we're literally going to load. This is row 1. On the Sara flowers, I do not do anything with row 1. Row 2 is where I'm going to start building our sunflower. Okay? So we're literally just going to take our petal. Doesn't matter where you start. Stick it in there. Finger length. Just like that. Fix your petal. And leave it alone, y'all. Okay. This link is for my board. Is if you go to my website, it's under my favorite tools, my Amazon link. So it'll take you directly to that if you want a map. And that's it. That's how we're going to load this whole row. I am not using shared holes on this one. You will rarely see me use shared holes. I always try to get away with just using one roll of mesh. And shared holes, you can't do that. So you will hardly ever see me do that. Now when we get to the inside to build the rows, we will have to do shared holes, but not on the outside. Not on the regular petals, okay? What kind of clips? These are my metal clips that I absolutely love, and that link is on my website as well. So I'm going to put a few of these in. I do have more petals to make, so if you missed it, I'll be making more. I was looking for my other needle nose, but I think they're in the other room. So I'm going to use these. I don't know, I don't like them. You're welcome. How would it look to turn the... It would look the same. Now, if you want to push it, and I did, if you want to do that and load them like this, I do want to play with that as well. So it would be basically loading them upside down. But is that not cool for like a lotus flower or something? That would be cute. Yes, I did heat seal these. Anytime I do these type of flowers, I always heat seal them. Especially when I'm working with poly burlap. Because poly burlap will make you cuss, y'all. Okay, so 10 by 10. If your mesh is 10 and a half, cut it 10 and a half. Bring it up. Make you a triangle. Okay, and then we're literally going to scrunch from here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tuck these ends back. Clip them. And then fix your petal. Okay, so it's kind of turning itself over. Okay. Get some of these out of the way over here. Hey, hey, I am good. I'm feeling much better than yesterday. I just had a horrible headache. And I don't get headaches, so I was like, where is this coming from? It was too much cleaning and organizing, y'all. I'm allergic to it. Hey, hey. I generally use a wood burner now. I don't use the impulse sealer much. The wood burner gives me a more accurate cut. And you can just use, I believe there's a link on my YouTube or on my website as well for my wood burner. And if you do it outside, you don't need a mask. But if you're doing it inside, definitely wear a mask. And if you're doing it inside and you have animals, don't do it inside, because you can make your animals sick as well. Awesome, Becky. So this one is actually available on my website. If somebody wants to purchase it, it is under live today's date. So what is today, the 6th? So live 2/6/21. The purple one that I made is also on there. I will, Jules. I will. You're going to do the angel wings? Awesome. Yes, you're essentially burning plastic, so it could definitely hurt your animals as well. All right, let's make another petal. Okay, so 10 by 10. Be consistent with your flower. I always keep my serge edge on my left-hand side. Corner to corner. Okay. Try to make it as even as possible. But y'all don't get hung up on it. Okay. So we have a triangle. Then we're just going to scrunch from here to here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tuck your ends under. See, even though I heat sealed it, I'm still going to get frays every now and then. Just cut them off. Okay, fix your petal. I just snag that one myself. And stick it in. It's that simple, y'all. Please do not tell me I am freezing. I will not be happy if it's freezing, y'all. Don't worry about these ends as well. If they fray, you're not going to see them. Yeah, I know. Some of y'all up north are freezing. I apologize. This is poly burlap. Look, I got the bucket right here beside me. And look where I'm putting these. I'm just throwing them on the table, y'all. You definitely don't get a wide angle with this camera. So I don't have to keep my whole area clean. Right? You could definitely do that. And I've got a whole bunch of window pane already cut on the other side. And I love doing it that way because then they're really flat when you go to use them. And I love it. Okay, not really. See how it just gives it that little lift that sometimes even us older people need? A little lift. These are metal clips that I love. If you go under my favorite tools on my website, all of my Amazon links are there. And the clips are on there as well. The UITC frame is almost 16 inches. All right, so we've got that row done. Okay, so I'm just going to use the zip tie gun, clip them off. If you don't have a zip tie gun, get one. They are your best friend. And they are a cheap investment in your hands. Okay, so that is our first row that we're using. So this is actually considered row 2. So now we're going to do the window pane on row 3. This is poly burlap. That's what this mesh is called. So these petals are the exact same way that we did the pink. Okay, so just sticking them in there. Now it is a little bit harder to work with the window pane and scrunch it like we did these. Just be patient with it, y'all. Don't put your finger through it. I use I believe they're like 6.2 inch, 18-pound zip ties. Yep, you can do the same thing on the small board. The small board is basically the large board without row 1 that we're not using anyway. So yeah, you will need the same amount of petals. Charlene, I use a wood burner, so it seals the poly burlap and helps prevent fraying. Now, it's not 100%. Your mesh can still fray, but it definitely does not fray as much as if you did not seal it. So see how it's consistent with the serged edge always on one side? So that's the way I like to do them. No, I'm not doing the rope senna. I'm doing a rose senna. Yeah, I've got plenty to do. These I have already folded. So as soon as I get back to the pink, I will show y'all the petal again. I wasn't thinking when I did all these. Laura, I can't see all of your comments. This one, if you want something like this, you're not going to get much bigger than this, if at all. I mean, you could, if you wanted, do the very outside. You'll have to do your petals a little bit differently, but it can be done. I guess I folded one too many. That's all right. Okay, so we've got that row done. I'm just going to clip them. It is window pane. Or check mesh. I think everybody calls it a little bit something different between manufacturers. Okay, let's come back with our pink. So I'll show the petal again. Would you consider giving us a girl? I never even know when I'm going live. I'm doing good to come live. Have you ever? I have not done the daisy. No. So 10 by 10, curl side up, diamond, corner to corner. Okay. So it almost looks like we're starting a rose, but we're going to flatten this down. So we have a triangle. Yes, Janet, and I'll show you in just a minute. 20, I'm not sure how you would do this one. That would be huge. I'd have to think about that one. And then we're going to scrunch from here to here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip these in the back. Poop that petal up. So there's your petal. You got the new boards? Yay! All right, so we're going back to the solid in this next row. So this will be the last of this petal. And then we'll be starting our rows. Okay. It is easy, Deborah. Trust me. Anybody can do it. What different about the new boards? The new boards have these extra holes so that if you wanted to do shared holes, you could. So that's the only difference with the new ones. It has extra holes. Charlene, you, it really doesn't matter what kind of mesh you use. But if you use value mesh or something like that, you may need to double up your petals. Does that make sense? But I love doing the sunflowers and the Sara flowers in the poly burlap. Sometimes fabric mesh for a regular sunflower, but cutting this fray off. This is poly burlap. I'll show you what we mean by shared holes in a minute, because when we start building that rose, you will see me use shared holes. So I have any new people watching? Give me a thumbs up if you're first time watching me. Oh, awesome, Lynn. Oh, well, there's a few of you. Well, welcome. I am Michelle from Monkey's Creations. So if you have any questions, let me know. Oh, there's quite a few of you. Awesome. All right, so I am out of the pre-made petals. So we're going to make some more. How many do I need? I need 1, 2. I only need 2 more. Oh, look. I can count today, y'all. First time, we'll welcome Deborah. Welcome, Neva. Awesome. Okay. Bringing our 2 edges together. Welcome, Joanne. Stacy, hush it. I'll see you in a couple weeks, girlfriend. I'm excited to finally see some of my peeps. It's been a long few months, y'all. Okay, so we have a diamond, and then we're going to scrunch from here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring these flaps around to the back. Sarah, there is a link. My link will give you 5% off the boards, and I will share it after this live. I'll post it in the comments. Thanks, Becky. Okay, we got 1 more. And then we can start making the rose, y'all. I am in Texas. I am almost right smack in the middle between Houston and Galveston. So I get the best of both worlds. Not that I go to the beach much anymore. When you have your own pool, you tend to not go to the beach too much, but okay. So last row, I've got a little fray here. Let me cut that off. All right, let's get these clipped. And we're going to start the rose. But before we do that, I'm going to show you, because we do need to add some extra zip ties. And I'll show you how we do that. For the solid color, you're going to need the whole row. So 10 by 10, if you have 10.5-inch mesh, cut it at 10.5 so it's a perfect square. So you're going to need a whole roll of this, and then 8 to 10 pieces of your accent color. Okay, so usually I do these from the back, but to show y'all, I'm not going to do that. So all you're going to do is, these new boards do have the center holes. So you're just going to feed your zip tie down and up. For this petal, we can go ahead and close them up. Okay. Shared holes. This is what I mean by shared holes. So you could go from here to here and do another petal, here to here and do another petal. So you can easily get 2 more petals in there if you want. I do not do that because then that adds more money onto the price of your wreath. Okay, that's my reason for not doing it. I try to show everybody how to do a wreath with one roll of mesh if I can. Okay, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to load from here to here, here to here, here to here. Okay, because I need extra petals for my rose. So you want to make sure that the flat part of your zip tie is facing up towards the ceiling when you put it in. That way you load it correctly. And then all I'm going to do is go down one hole and up the next. Okay. Thanks, Martha. Down that hole, up the next. So this is what we mean by shared holes. Sorry, I'm on my tiptoes, y'all. Damon. You know they're cute. Okay, so we're loading every set in between. All right, so there we are. So now we can start our rows. So all you're gonna do is we're gonna take our mesh, and we're still gonna do it, get it started exactly like we did these. Okay, so 10 by 10, curve side up, corner to corner. Okay, so just like we started this, but what we're now gonna do is scrunch about 2 to 3 inches, whatever you want. I usually end up cutting some of this off because you don't need all that bulk in there. And we're going to feed it right into the center hole. Now this is new because this hole is new. So I didn't used to do this part when I did them, but it's here and we're going to use it. Okay. Grab you a clip. This is where we're going to start forming the rows. So all I'm doing is literally folding it and then taking this piece and folding it on itself. Now I usually do mine pretty tight to keep everything tight and out of the way. And then once I get everything in there, I can open it up and relax it a little bit more. Okay. And I'm just going to clip it so it stays in place. And we're starting the rows, y'all. Does it look like it? All right. So now we're going to just keep forming that rose. Okay, corner to corner, triangle, scrunch, clip off that end. Now these, I'm going to feed going to the outside. So this end is going to the outside. So I'm feeding it from here and bringing it out. Just like that. And then zip tie it. okay? It's easier to cut these off as you go. And then I'm going to wrap them as I go as well. So I'm going to take the clip off and we're going to start wrapping this petal right around itself. Okay, so you see it starting to form. We're going to clip it so it stays in place. Just like that. Nadine, trust the process. Hush it. If you want to add your accent colors, you can do it the same way. Okay, so just like this. Scrunch it. So this is what you're getting. Just clip off that extra piece. Go from the inside out. And do your clip and start wrapping. This one you kind of have to really think about a little bit, because usually I just be yapping. Okay. Clip it in place. So now we have our accent and we can go in. And this, we're going to finish this row out the same way. I'm putting the tails out. In this row, the tails are going out. In the next row, they'll be going in. Yeah, don't make this your first flower you ever make, okay, y'all? Because you may never make another one. It's really not complicated. This way we're working in a small space, so it, you know, it's kind of, but it's really not complicated. Who's at my door, y'all? I'm a stalker. You just have to be patient. Oh, it's a delivery. I wonder what I got. Let's see who it is. Oh, it's UPS. All right, so last one we have going out. Actually, I wanted to add the last of the accent. So let's add this one. No, that wasn't Amazon. I already got Amazon today. Oh my goodness. Me and Amazon are buddies. All right. Let's unclip this. This is why you heat seal this mesh. Because if I hadn't heat sealed it, it would have been fraying like the dickens. Okay, so we've done this row. Now we're going to go to this row. Now in this one, I will have Sara flower kits available soon. That is usually one of my staple kits during the spring, so I'll let you know when everything's here. Yay! All right, so this way, on this row, our petal is going toward the center, okay? I forgot to close my zip ties. This is where you get confused. Don't get confused. You have your center. You have your next row that goes out. So that holds everything together. Okay? And then you have your next one that goes in that relaxes everything. Does that make sense? Let me get a couple of these closed up. All right, so this one is going toward the middle. Okay, now these I'm just going to let go, and we're going to form all of these once I get to that part, okay? I feel like y'all can't see like a big enough angle with this camera. Now I'm using the shared holes. Yes, ma'am. So we're just putting the end. Don't get hung up here because all of this is going to be covered up, y'all. So if it frays, you're not going to see it. You see why I don't load all the zip ties at once? Because you'd get too confused. And don't smush this part on your rose building part, okay? Because you want this to be as poofy as it can be. With poly burlap, you're not going to get that poofy anyway. It'll be available. I'll post it on YouTube as well. Thanks for the stars. Can y'all see down in there? I know it makes it a little bit harder to see in there. Oh. All right, so right here is where I stopped on this row. So I'm going to mark this petal, and this is the one that I'm going to start forming our rows again when we get to that part. Just closing the rest of those zip ties. And I'm going to plug in my glue gun. Very fiddly. What's fiddly? Two more pieces, y'all. I think I do these kits now. It's been a year, but I think they're like $40, 38 or 40. Don't quote me on that. But I haven't priced material this year yet. But it should be right around there. Until I got to the rows. Just be patient with it, honestly. They're really, this is really the only rows I make, because I don't even like to do the big roses. But this one. All right, last. Oh, that one almost got me. All right, let's get these cut off. Don't tell me it froze. Don't tell me. All right, let's finish this rose off. So I stopped. Let me get the clip off. I always start where I stopped. So I stopped here. So that means I flagged this one. So bring your petals up, okay? And we're literally just going to take our petals and start wrapping them around. Now I'm still wrapping it kind of tight because once I get them all done, I will loosen them up. Don't worry about the fraying, just cut it off, y'all. So you can see I'm just working my circle. I'm making sure the ends are tucked down in there. Now we're going to have to hot glue them in just to make sure that they don't go anywhere. We'll just hit them with a little hot glue once we get them all in place. Hard to do. Not hard. You just be patient, y'all. Work it. Just be careful and be patient. All right, so these ends, I'm just going to literally take a dab of glue and work these ends right down in there. You're probably not going to be able to see it because I have to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm just taking a dab of glue. And working it right down in there into the crevice and holding it for a minute. Okay, just let it set. Okay, and then we're just going to work in our circle. Getting everything tucked in there. Don't use your fingers. You'll be cussing. You can't make the white one. It's not blurry on my end. And then we'll get all our petals fixed. I'll count them in just a minute. You need 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rose petals. Okay, so let's fix our petals again. Okay, bring them up. I always do this before I relax my rose. That way I don't have to come back under here and do it again. Cut off any frays you may have. Once you stop messing with it, it'll stop fraying. Okay, So all our petals are good. Okay, now all I do is literally come in and just start playing and opening it up little by little. You can leave it as tight or as full as you want, but I literally just loosen everything up just a little bit at a time, y'all, because you don't want anything coming out. I need a GoPro on my head. Girl. And that's it, y'all. That is it. Any questions? So you need a whole roll of your solid, and you need 8 to 10 pieces of your accent. Nope, I'll just buy yours. Does it have the board between the rows and the other petals? Huh? Does it hide the board? Yeah. Yeah, you can't see the board. So same flower, 2 different petals. So you can pick which one you want. Probably, I mean, honestly, if you're going to try this for the first time, just do the regular sunflower fold, because it will be so much easier. I put ruffles because you could, oh, really? But try the sunflower before you do the Dean Michael fold. They're both gorgeous. They're both the, same flower, just a little bit different look. So you can use fabric mesh. You were good until the middle. You could use fabric mesh. It'll make it a little softer. Poly burlap doesn't poof like fabric mesh would. So you may end up with bigger poofs on your rows, which is still pretty. Oh, awesome, Linda. Thank you. Oh, how to cut the window pane. I'll just show you on this one since it's an extra petal. Let me bring y'all back down. Oh, okay, Stacey. Yeah, you're going to need the whole roll, and then 8 to 10 of your accent pieces. The pink one looks bigger. Let's see. So the pink one's about 25. The purple one, nope, they're the same. The same. So if you're cutting window pane, you want to try to go in between the big lines, in between the big squares. That is, look, don't cut in between. Even if it's over a little bit of your 10 inches, just let it go over, because you're going to get more fraying when you start to try to seal in between here or cut. Okay, but honestly, if you're going to use window pane, do not use a rotary cutter. Okay, save yourself the headache, and just wood burn it or use your impulse sealer, because this sprays like the daggone Dickens. It's horrible. Okay, so don't, even with a heat seal, it still frays. Look, I'll show you. I'll cut it. Right in between. And see how the stuff just pulls out. So if you're going to spend your time to use it, then heat seal it or wood burn it. Okay. So I did this side. Well, that piece came out, but I'm pulling these as the same amount as I pulled these, and these aren't coming out like these did. And that's just cutting it. Okay. Yeah. You want to try to stay as close to that line as you can. That's why it's easier if you're going to do it, use a wood burner, so that all of these aren't sticking out. Hello, hello, Dean. Yeah, this stuff is more money, and if you're going to use it, then spend the extra time to wood burn it. Okay. What if you're using the fold method? What you talking about? I'm not sure which fold method you're talking about. I don't know. You'll have to check with UITC and their website. I don't know what they have. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Well, if you want to purchase either of these, they are on my website, monkeyscreations.com. My favorite tools that I use, my clips, my mat, whatever, is all under my favorite tool sections on my website with my affiliate links to them. So y'all can go check that out. And if y'all have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I am out of here. I will be working on orders all day and the rest of the weekend, actually, and reorganizing still my craft room next door. So y'all have a great day. I will try to catch y'all tomorrow, but I do not guarantee a thing. All right. Bye, y'all. Have a great weekend. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.